Hey and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be attempting to turn my bedroom into a film set. Let me give you a little bit of context to why I'm doing this. I often film videos for our DriveTribe and FoodTribe social channels here in my home, but unfortunately when I'm in the kitchen or any of the other spaces, it often really annoys my family, or they really annoy me by making noise. So I thought if I created somewhere in my room, which is my space, it would be the perfect solution to the issues I've been having while filming. I don't want to completely change the layout of my room, so I'm going to be using just this wall here. I'm hoping that I'm not going to have to move anything too much, and that the overall process of building and taking down this set isn't going to be too annoying, because otherwise it might put me off filming videos with it. To build this set, I've needed to buy quite a lot of stuff off Amazon. I've just heard my deliveries arrive, so I'll go get them now so we can unbox them together. I've not used any of this stuff before, and I'm hoping it'll work together to be what I need it to be, but I guess if it doesn't, you'll be the first to know. Okay, Amazon parcels. This is everything that I've bought off Amazon. It equates to about £500 worth of stuff. I'm just going to try and pull forward my chest of drawers so I can stand behind it and you can get a better view of what's in the boxes.
Oh, what's in the box?
Okay, I think I'm going to start with the smallest box, which is this one here. Let's see what's inside it. Got my handy box cutter. Something I learned from mail time is that one of these is invaluable. Apologies for not having a top-down setup. That's something that hopefully I can build with all of this. Okay, and here we have a fabric backdrop. I think it's made of fabric at least. We have some small light panels. We have a small monitor, which is something I've been very excited for. I've not had a monitor up until now, which on the A7 III, which is what I film on, is very annoying for vlogging in particular, because you can't see what is on camera. Not sure what this is yet. That's the same as that, whatever it is. Okay, that's everything in the box. These are my magic monitor arms. I'm going to be using these to clamp my monitor to the setup that I build. I've had these before and they're so useful, so I'm pretty excited to have these here. Put them back in the box for now. Okay, that's just the same as that again. Next here I have some very small, not very powerful lights, but I wanted something that was quite small that I could clamp onto whatever rig that I build. I have big lights already, so I didn't really need more of those, so hopefully these will be quite useful. A monitor that's just so I can see what I'm doing, again hoping to be able to clamp that to whatever rig I build. And this, I wasn't sure about this, but it was only about £12, so I risked it. This is a backdrop. You can probably guess now that there are backdrop stands in these parcels, and this backdrop is of, I'm not going to unfold it all, but I'll show you a little bit of it. A plain white brick wall. I'm never going to have this as the main part of my shot. I'm mainly thinking of having it as a background, potentially out of focus, for which I think it will look quite nice. So quite a nice neutral colour. Could be nice to replicate a kitchen. Okay, so that was the first box, quite a lot in there. I think let's move on to the second box. Slightly bigger, but it weighs absolutely nothing. I reckon this is probably an Amazon special where it's a huge box with something that's absolutely tiny inside it. We have a lot of packaging, and this is not my parcel, this is my brother's. I will just put that out here. Moving on to this one. What have we got? Okay, this is my backdrop rig. Stand. And another stand. I'm guessing this will be the main support for the backdrop. A few little clamps, they are always useful. And some tightening straps. Okay, that is everything that I will need to put up the backdrop of the wall that I just showed you. That is the backdrop stand. Let's move on to the next package. I think from the shape of this one, I can guess what's in it, and I need to be careful with my knife as I open this one. I think these are foam board backdrops that I bought for top-down cooking videos. Oh, just cut a gouge in my chest of drawers. Just after saying I need to be careful with the knife. You can probably tell from this, I'm not very good at unboxing. These were quite cheap and I didn't have very high expectations, I'll be honest. But so far, they don't look bad at all. This wooden one is quite interesting. It's got texture. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like, it's got proper texture. I don't know if you can hear this on my mic. But that is quite nicely textured. So yeah, I'm very happy with these. Not so happy about gouging my drawers. Let's move on. I think this is probably a C-stand. I bought a C-stand to use for my overhead rig. Okay, I am correct. This is a C-stand. When I was looking for C-stands, I wanted quite a big heavy-duty one because I'm going to use it to mount my camera in a top-down position. So I don't want to mount a few £1,000s worth of camera on something that's very flimsy. And this seems to be a very good example. Doesn't look at all flimsy. I think this is probably the most expensive item on my list for today. I think it's about £140 maybe. Okay, that is everything I ordered on Amazon. I'm probably going to take a bit of time to think about how I want to build this, and then I'll probably show you a time lapse of me trying to build a set in this area here. I've just finished putting up the backdrop. It took a little bit longer than I expected, but overall it wasn't too difficult. I think it looks okay. It's not the most professional setup in the world, but bearing in mind this only cost about £40, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll definitely iron the sheet before I use it in a proper shoot, and I'll probably buy a few more clamps so I can make it a bit more taut. At the moment it's a little bit floppy, but I think for now it will do. Next I'm going to move on to building the C-stand, and then I'll look at mounting my camera on it. Back to the time lapse. I've pretty much finished building the overhead rig. All I've got is a C-stand here with my camera on a mount arm there and another arm holding the monitor. Unfortunately, I've got to get a battery for the monitor, so I can't actually use that at the moment, but it's interesting to see where it will be when I actually do. I've also got a sandbag here with some weights in it just to make sure that nothing tips over and everything's good. Next, I'm going to put some lights up here and start playing around with lighting, and then finally we should probably get to see what the setup will look like when I'm actually filming a video. Okay, I think the setup is pretty much done. I can't really do any more until I try filming with it. Let me walk you through what we've got. We have my camera, the A7 III, mounted on a C-stand. It's mounted with a little magic arm. Also mounted on the C-stand is this monitor. Hasn't got a battery yet though, so I can't see what it looks like. I've got some weight back here. I'd like a bit more, but I haven't found any around the house, so I need to buy some on the C-stand just to make sure nothing topples over. I've got these little lights here, which are the newer lights, that one and that one. I'm not actually that impressed with them, to be honest. They were only £30, which isn't the end of the world, but I expected a little bit more. I've also got these soft boxes here, which are adding most of the light, let's be honest. Then I've got this background here, which I think is quite nice, and the backdrop up there. I'm not that sold on the backdrop, it's still quite creased and I'm not sure. I might actually try mounting it on my blind to see if that looks nicer. I haven't sorted out all the lighting yet, so there are some quite horrible shadows, but I'm sure we can fix those quite easily. But for now, I think this is the setup. Now let's film something on it and see how it looks. Although there are probably a few things on this rig that I'll end up changing, I'm pretty happy with it as a first attempt and I can't wait to use it. I think the first shoot with it is going to be next week, so not long to wait. I hope you enjoyed this video. It might have even been useful for some of you if you're thinking of creating your own top-down rig like this. I will link all the products I've used today in the description below. I can't tell you if they're any good or not yet because I haven't really used them properly, but I'm sure I'll give you an update sometime soon. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.